We're just going to get straight onto the video. So as you can see by the title, we are recreating Mollymae's signature makeup look. This seems to be like the kind of look that she wears all the time on her Instagram. So I have one of her tops on from the PLT collection. I have freshly tan. You can see I look maybe a little bit orange on camera. I'm not really sure how it's coming off, but she always seems to be really tanned. So I've done an extra layer of tan and put a bit of bronzer on. So if you want to see how I recreate her makeup, then just keep on watching. So I'm going to use my normal foundation, but I am going to mix a little bit of a dark concealer with it to match my tan, because this is just a tiny bit too light for me at the moment. So for any of my American subscribers, because I know a lot of you are based in the US, I don't know, do you know who Mollymae is? Like, is she well known over there? I'm just interested to know. But if you don't know who she is basically a UK influencer who was on the show called Love Island, but she was an influencer before she went on the show, and she's had like collections with Pretty Little Thing. She's now the creative director for Pretty Little Thing as well. But her makeup always looks stunning. She has a makeup artist called Holly Flynn who always does her makeup, but her makeup is always kind of like the same. Not the same, that sounds like boring, but she just has a signature look that always looks flawless, not too done up, like the ultimate kind of soft glam. So I'm just lightening it up a little bit with another pump of the lighter foundation. And she always seems to have really full coverage foundation, but it never looks too done up. It's always kind of reasonably natural looking, but flawless. Then for concealer, I'm using the Morphe 2 concealer, because this it doesn't have a lot of coverage, but I'm using a lighter colour to kind of brighten the centre of the face. Seeing as this foundation does look quite dark at the moment, but to add dimension, I'm just going to brighten up these areas. So kind of like underneath the eyes, under the cheekbones to do reverse contouring, so this makes your cheekbones stand out, and then down the centre to bring light there as well. But because this concealer doesn't have a lot of coverage, you can get away with using it kind of on these areas, so that way it's not too cakey. And I tend to use a brush with this concealer because it is a lighter coverage. I feel like a brush just keeps the coverage that it has on your skin, whereas when you use a sponge, obviously it will take or kind of pick up any excess product, and I find you're left with like hardly anything. So that is something to bear in mind if you do have this concealer. And for the under eye, I tend to really tap it in. So you can see by using a concealer in those areas, it's just given the face a little bit more dimension, and it's made me look not as flat and brightened up the whole complexion. It seems like in a lot of the pictures that I've seen of Molly, her skin looks quite matte, so I'm going to use the Laura Mercier powder. So firstly, I just ensure the product isn't sitting in my lines. I dip the powder puff in the lid. I just press it onto my hand to ensure that the powder is evenly distributed across the puff. And then I literally just look up into my mirror and literally just press. So just keep pressing, no swiping. Just press it right in that centre down to where my pores are. So you can see it hasn't left like loads of product, so you're not baking. I'm literally just passing it on, and then that's that. And that is that. So you can see the difference between the two. It just looks smoother and just a little bit more matte. So once you have powdered the rest of the face, I just ran that same powder lightly everywhere. We're gonna go in with bronzer. So this is the Dark Deepest Mineralized Skin Finish Bronzer by MAC. And what I'm gonna do is literally just press that onto the cheekbone. So slightly under and also onto the cheekbone as well. So we're not necessarily contouring, but this is adding shape and colour at the same time. So you're getting a nice amount of warmth while still shaping the face as well. So that's basically just going in the area in between where we put the lighter concealer. And then also around the forehead as well to kind of even everything out. And I always notice in the pictures of Mollymae, she's always got a really tanned forehead. So we're going to try and mimic that with bronzer. And I always pat it in place just in case I don't have a lot of powder there, because I mainly just dabbed the powder on very, very lightly everywhere. And sometimes if your foundation is too tacky, it can end up going a little bit patchy once you put bronzer on. So the trick is just to pat it in first to get the colour on there. So I'm going to use the C07 brush. This is just a new one. And I tend to use more of a compact kind of brush for this blusher because it's not like crazy pigmented. So I find it just packs on the product that a little bit more. So I kind of didn't realise that blusher was going to come out so shimmery. So I am going to go in with a little bit of the It's a Date blush by The Balm because this is completely matte. So I'm just going to use the other side just to pat over it. Obviously you don't have to use both. So I've just gone ahead and done my brows. I just filled them in with a powder and then set them with my Morphe Clear Setting Brow Gel. So next, the eyes are super simple. That's what I love about Mollymae's makeup, is the eyes are so simple but so effective. And so it just seems like there's like 2 colours on there. So I've just gone ahead and added the P. Louise base in Rumour 3 and then kind of pat that down until it's like really tacky. And then I've just gone in with the MAC Dark Golden Mineralized Skin Finish and I'm just lightly pressing that over the base to kind of set it and also to add a light wash of colour. So it always seems like in her looks that she's using just like a light kind of beigey brown. Next we just want to deepen up the crease with a medium tone brown. So this is Jackpot from the Balm palette and this is the Mail Order First Class palette. This is one of their new ones. So I'm just using this on a small spectrum B10 brush and literally just popping that through the crease of my eye and slightly on the corner and to about halfway. So it's like really simple. This is just to add a bit of definition. Then we're just going to lighten up the first part of the lid with, this is Blank Type by MAC. Just very lightly, just to brighten it up slightly and add a little bit more dimension. She always has a signature brown liner, so I am using the Epic Link. I'm using the, what is it? So I'm using the NYX Epic Link Brown Liquid Liner. I'm just going to put a powder puff on my pinky, so when I lean, I'm not ruining my makeup. And you just want to do a really, really thin line first of all, because it always seems like the liner is just very, very subtle and not too thick on the inner part. And the wing is always very lifted, it's not too straight. So what I'm going to do is draw a little line looking forward, as if it was continuing up from my lash line. And they're not too dramatic either, so I'm not going to make it too thick. So once you've created the line, you just want to connect it in towards the middle. So I've just gone ahead and curled my lashes. So now I'm going to go in with the Maybelline Sky High mascara, and I'm just going to use a really small amount of this, mainly kind of at the root, because I want the lashes to stay reasonably fluffy on the kind of ends, because I'm going to be using individual lashes, and I find when you put too much mascara on and then individuals, I feel like they don't like merge as well as they could. And this mascara is so nice for separating your lashes and just making them look kind of really defined and fluffy on the end. Then finally for the lips, so I've gone in with Stripped Down Lip Liner by MAC. Then over the top of that, I'm using the liquid lipstick in Reliable by The Balm. This is the mini version. And I don't want to use too much from the applicator, so I'm just using a lip brush to kind of blend it onto the lip. Then to lighten the centre, I'm going to use Piece of Cake Liquid Lipstick by Makeup Revolution. I'm just going to pop that in the centre, like so. And then just pat it in with my finger, just to kind of merge the two colours together. Then over the top of that, I've just used the Morphe gloss in the shade Pop, and that is pretty much the look finish. Seems like a lot of pictures she's wearing a matte lip, but then there was a recent one where she wore a gloss, which I really liked, and I prefer gloss. So yeah, feel free to go with whatever lip colour you prefer. But that is pretty much the look finish. I hope you liked it. It's definitely a bit more natural to my usual looks, but I actually really like it, and I feel like it's the perfect example of like natural soft glam. But I hope you like it. Let me know if you want to see more recreations of celebrity looks or any kind of looks. Just let me know what you want to see in the comments section down below. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up because it pushes my video out to more people, and also subscribe if you are new here. Thank you so much for watching, and you'll see me in my next one. Bye!